All right. It says we're live. What's up, people?
What's going on?
This is Betting on Balls.
Welcome to another week here on betting on balls.
So yeah,
We're
Tim,
here.
this is a AI generated Antonio Brown. I just typed in psychedelic Antonio Brown and this popped up.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah. I did
That's awesome.
too. Like this one, I've been playing Grand Theft Auto a lot and I just typed in
Yeah.
GTA and this was GTA.
Hell yeah.
hmm
What are you playing it on?
What?
What are you playing it on? What system are you playing it on?
The AI thing?
No, you said you were playing a lot of Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, I got my my PlayStation 3 hooked back up again.
Oh, nice.
My controllers were busted for it, but I found some cheap controllers on Amazon. Except I just found out after the fact that they turned off the PlayStation 3 servers. So you can't play anything online on PS3 anymore, including Grand Theft Auto, which is a bummer. But I'm playing through.
Oh, that is a bummer.
I mean, it's a great story mode. It's a good game.
Oh, it's awesome. I guess my only complaint is that there's so much more content online than there is in the regular game.
Yeah, I would just have to get it maybe on the computer.
I never understood why they couldn't just like put that shit in the regular game too. It's like it makes you have to kind of play online to get
check
like the crazy cars and stuff.
Yeah, check out this one. I typed in Hippo in the City.
Dude, fuck yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, I think I did one Trevor Moore as well. This is the AI generated Trevor Moore.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
This one was Tim and Harold Save and Destroy the World.
Wow, it hangs in the balance.
And this was Wet Pussy.
Yeah. That is, yeah, I could see that. It's very artistic interpretation.
And then Psychedelic Kangaroo. Anyways, I'm getting off topic here.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's just kind of cool. I wasted like an hour doing that this morning.
We could play like Madden games and bet on those on here.
There are people that do that. There's like YouTube
I bet.
people that run like simulated games and I think they put bets and stuff on them. But dude, check out our fantasy team here, the Brown Boys.
4-0 first.
Undefeated.
It doesn't take a lot of work when you're the best. You know, it's hard to miss.
Hey, I've kind of already set our lineup. I'm kind of curious to get your thoughts.
See what we got.
I don't think
a couple of games have already been played this week.
Yeah, but none of it really affects us here. We did have
Thursday, and there was one this morning, I think.
I did pick up.
It's still going on. It was Green Bay versus New York. It looks like
that's been a good game.
4 minutes left.
I just stopped watching it, but it was close, and the Giants are playing well, and
Sure,
he's playing well, and I don't particularly like either teams, but it's been a good game, so I'm curious to see.
Yeah, I know that a lot of teams or people are saying that Denver looked absolutely terrible Thursday. Maybe one of the worst teams. So.
Yeah, but we got Josh Allen, of course. Debo, we're gonna stick with him. Marquise Brown.
I like that. I like his matchup this week. If you click on his little box, he's had a couple of good games, I would assume. Yeah. He seems fairly consistent. Definitely looks to be like a 10-point guy.
I was worried about him last week because he had his foot injury, but he still put up 15 points last week.
I'm really curious to see what happens to Arizona when DeAndre Hopkins comes back. So DeAndre Hopkins has been like suspended for, I don't know, like 6 games or so. And I really think that Arizona could be a big point kind of scoring team on offense once he comes back. We'll see.
What about versus the Philadelphia Eagles, though? How's their Like,
It's not bad. I
how's their
mean,
pass defense?
they're not great against the pass. They're not horrid or anything, but they're not one of the top teams, I don't think.
They're the only undefeated team in the league.
Yeah, they are. They're just a good team in general.
So that kind of makes me nervous with this matchup.
Oh, we'll click on his box. It'll tell you real quick. It'll tell you exactly where they're ranked. So
Yeah,
they're right in the middle. Yeah, they're
like a
not
3 out
bad
of
and they're
5.
not awful, you know.
Hmm.
They're literally right in the middle. So and he's lit like it says in this article. They're moving the ball through him. He's kind of the only thing they've got on offense right now.
We do have
Darren Waller Monday night looks good against Kansas City. I think that could be a good matchup for us.
yeah.
Eckler is just a stud, right? Like
He did
he's
good
turned
last week.
now we know why we took him at number 1.
Damian Harris, we're gonna run him this week.
Yeah, and also
Detroit.
I want to mention that I've been right about Damian Harris still.
Yeah.
And Yahoo finally, maybe they've watched the show, maybe they decided to listen to me, but this guy's massively underprojected all year. This guy's fucking consistent as hell, guys. He's a great running back. Put him in your lineups. I don't understand why you wouldn't run Damian Harris. It's easy money.
We got Waller, who hasn't really
It's a good
much
matchup.
for us, but he's projected to put up 7 points. So we'll see.
Yeah, Kansas City, they're not particularly great against the tight end spot or the pass in general.
The other tight end that we have on our bench, the game's still happening, but he's only put up 2 points. So
yeah, tight ends are typically pretty low scoring guys.
Yeah.
Unless you got Mark Andrews.
And then I was wondering about if we should keep Herbert and just because he's going up against the Vikings.
I'm not running David Montgomery either this week. I'm definitely not ready to get rid of Herbert.
Well, I'm not saying get rid of him.
Looks like the clear number 1 in Chicago to me right now.
Well, I'm not saying get rid of him. I'm saying maybe swap him out for we got Akers, Mari Cooper, and Ezekiel Elliott. But Ezekiel Elliott's going up against the Rams, which they have.
What about Akers? I think might be a decent one.
Akers, I don't think has done much, and
yeah, but so here's the thing about Akers. Sean McVay is kind of like pushing to lean on him.
Mm-hmm.
I would expect him to get a pretty significant workload over Darrell Henderson this week. I don't know. I think that Sean McVay is going to go out of his way to use him. He loves the guy.
Yeah, but doesn't Dallas have like a pretty tight running defense?
They're not particularly like bad. Yeah, they're pretty good. Elliott against the Rams, if you think that they're going to use like Aaron Donald to rush the passer a lot, which they probably will, Elliott could have a pretty good game. I like that over Herbert. That's probably the move. That's probably where I would.
He's projected to put up at least 10 points.
Here's the thing with Herbert is David Montgomery's really good and he's kind of fighting for his job right now. And so there are going to be it's still a battle sort of in Chicago to see who. I think they have 2 really good running backs. And generally when that happens, like each one is going to kind of eat at each other's shares. So that's kind of what you got to worry about with him. Like, for instance, like if Khalil Herbert was on another team where he was the guy and getting the majority of the carries, I think he'd be a very, very good, solid fantasy option, But he's kind of got Montgomery eating away at his carries right now and vice versa.
So the question is, do we want Herbert, Elliott, or Akers?
Gut tells me you put Elliott in the flex. I think he's the safest option consistently, like week to week. There was a time where Ezekiel Elliott was talked about just like Austin Eckler, like he was a number 1 running back too. So I mean, Elliott has kind of already been through the fire this year, and Dallas's offense is really fucking reliant on Ezekiel Elliott. So I don't know. I like him.
Dude, Julio Jones is coming back. I don't think I'm going to play him this week, but because they've Evans and who's the other guy? Chris Godwin. But I'm excited to see him back. So maybe we'll get some use out of him yet later on.
Maybe. Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily play him this week though. Now it is oddly enough. I think this is
going against Atlanta. Yeah,
so that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, and they said Tom Brady's never lost to Atlanta.
He never has, including the Super Bowl.
Like part of me,
yeah, I don't know.
Just to see what happens.
Particularly get a warm, fuzzy feeling about him this week.
No,
but
I'm not going to. But I want to, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, I could be dead wrong. It'd be awesome to see it. And if it does happen, if he does come back and he looks good, then we're gonna probably play him, I would imagine. But
yeah, we'll see.
This week it seems like Marquise Brown just seems kind of safe.
So for our wide receivers, we got Devonta Smith, Amari Cooper, and Marquise Brown.
Amari Cooper is kind of similar to Marquise Brown to me. They're kind of running the offense through him a little bit. The problem is that it's Cleveland and they're just dreadful.
Right.
But, I think this guy is going to be very boom or bust this year. He's going to have games where he looks pretty damn consistent, and then he's going to have games where he does absolutely nothing. So I think we've got the exact same guy in Devonta Smith. He's going to have these great games where we want to keep him around, and then he's going to just shit on you sometime. So
it looks like
he's two very similar players.
Looks like Devonta Smith has been getting injured. So we'll maybe try to swap him out at some point.
I'm good with Brown and Debo this week.
Cool. Well, that's our lineup.
Who do we got? I just wanted to mention, and I don't know, the games are going to start here in about 30 minutes or so.
Mm-hmm.
Jacksonville at defense is probably available in a lot of leagues, I'm assuming. Jacksonville has looked pretty damn good from a fantasy perspective on defense this year. And they've got a pretty good matchup this week. I'm actually playing them personally over the Rams. So, that might be something that fantasy people want to think about.
Hell yeah. Great insight. And then our opponent, this is a good matchup, man. He's got Mahomes, Jefferson, Adams, their Fournette.
Oh, he's got a kicker that's out. I wonder if he knows his kicker's out.
Yeah, and also Higgins, he is set to play today, but he has been dealing with some sort of an injury. Ankle.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. If Higgins plays and is even like kind of okay, he could have a monster game. But it looks like his kicker is just straight up not playing.
Yeah, I was wondering if this guy is even paying attention to the league. I feel like he might have just said it and forget it,
Well, with Patrick Mahomes, he's got some good players up at the top. I saw Pat Mahomes and then a couple really good wide receivers.
I mean, he's projected to put up
Justin Jefferson and Devontae Adams.
Mm-hmm.
Those are good fucking players.
And Leonard Fournette.
Good matchups this week.
Yeah.
And Leonard Fournette is a gravy train.
And Mahomes.
That being said, the rest of his team is really not that great. But the front end is looking pretty stacked. If I didn't have Josh Allen going into this game could be a problem for us. But unfortunately, we do have the best quarterback in the league. So Mahomes doesn't scare me, obviously. Debo versus one of the two, I would kind of be okay with to a certain extent, but we're gonna really hope that Marquise Brown has a good game here.
Oh boy.
Austin Eckler versus Fournette. I'll take that all day, man. I'll lean on Eckler, man. I love Fournette, but I love Eckler a little bit more. And my boy, you're going to hear me talk about this guy all fucking year. And I'm going to put bets on this guy all fucking year. Damian fucking Harris. You heard it here on Betting on Balls. He's good. Play him. Bet on him. He's awesome. Belichick loves him. That's something. Wow. If Belichick loves the guy, that should tell you everything you need to know. That guy hates everybody.
Let's move on to
good.
Let's move on to the betting on balls.
Okay, let's do it. Gambling problem.
Hey,
we need to like put a little public service announcement, like where we run like an ad from like the 80s of like some degenerate gambler.
It's not
better yet, we make our own. Like that would be fucking hilarious.
It's not a problem if you're making money.
Right. It's not a problem yet.
So I got a parlay going right now. Pretty simple.
Going a little heavy on Devin Singletary there.
Yep. Well,
I mean, hey, man, Allen's kind of an easy one. Yeah. And the over's pretty easy. But Singletary going over 40.
He'll do it.
Who are they playing? The Pittsburgh Steelers?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. JJ Watt's going to be all over his ass.
All right, well, let's see. We'll see. It's $1 to win 7.
We'll see.
We'll see.
That's a good bet. Yeah, I mean, yeah, okay. I mean, it's reasonable then.
It's $1, whatever. I did hit this parlay on Thursday's game. So, boom. We won $5, $4.
Oh, wow.
But let's look at today's games.
That's pretty goddamn good, dude.
You win some, you lose some. And we're losing a lot at first, but we're making a comeback. It's happening.
So, yeah, New York and Green Bay are still playing.
Oh, the Giants.
And it's coming down.
Dude, the Giants came back.
Won. Yep. They've got the ball with 14 seconds left.
Oh, shit. That's insane. They were down by I think 17 or maybe 14 points at some point. They were down significantly.
Dude, Seattle, New Orleans. I'm going to take New Orleans, but these are two pretty bad teams, man. I don't particularly think either one of these teams are playing for anything. Could be a good game.
Yeah. I'm not going to place any bets on this one.
Pittsburgh, Buffalo, it should be a blowout, you would assume. I mean, Buffalo still looks incredible. Pittsburgh, they're decent. I mean, and here's the thing about Pittsburgh, and they're going to have these games throughout the season where they win these really surprising matchups because they've got a great organization. They've got a great coach. They're tried and true. They're a real deal football team. They have been forever. So don't completely discount Pittsburgh to just completely shit the bed. They're going to go in there and play football. But Buffalo should be the much better team here.
Yeah, 14-point spread. That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of leaning on the over on that one.
I think that by saying that, you're kind of discounting their defense because Pittsburgh does have a good defense. They do have a good coach. Their offense is obviously struggling, but that's not necessarily anything new for Pittsburgh. They've kind of been there for a long time, and so I don't know, man.
So
I understand that Buffalo is. Yeah, kind of. I mean, I don't think that Pittsburgh's just gonna let Buffalo like walk all over them. That does not seem like very consistent with the team that I've been watching for the last 11 years.
Right.
Um, so yeah, I would actually lean more towards the under than the over there. I'm not trying to discount how good Buffalo is. They're great, but like
Right. No, I hear what you're saying.
Pittsburgh comes to play fucking football. I've never seen them like give up or just be shitty. You know, they know the Bills are good too. Yeah. So they're game planning for it, and they've got good players on D. So they're going to make Josh Allen's life challenging this week. They're going to try to.
How about the Bears and the Vikings?
Divisional game.
Vikings
rivalry game.
Vikings are favored by 8.5.
I would assume so. The Vikings are the better team here, but this is one of those quirky games. Let's see what we're looking at here. Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously taking the Vikings, and I think that 8.5 is probably pretty reasonable. I'm going with the under here. I think kind of similar to what I said about Pittsburgh. Chicago's got a decent defense, and they're not just gonna let Minnesota win.
Right.
So yeah, I think I would lean towards the under. I think the 8.5 seems reasonable, but that's assuming that Minnesota is going to win by 2 scores.
Yeah.
I could see that. I just think it's going to be a low scoring game. Like, I don't think it's going to be particularly high flying action in that one. Okay. So this is the game I was talking about. I think Jacksonville is almost certainly a lot to win here. I like the +7. And remember, I think that playing Jacksonville defense in fantasy is a good play this week. You could score a lot of points in this game. They look to be coming on. And really, if you look at the numbers, Jacksonville has one of the better defenses in the league this year, surprisingly. I mean, I'm not trying to toot their horn or anything, but the facts are the facts. I think this could be a good game, high scoring game. And I'm all Jacksonville on this one.
James Robinson is going to score a touchdown, huh?
Yeah, most likely he would. I like Brandon Cooks to score as well for Houston.
We can do a parlay here where the Jags win by 7 and Robinson scores. How do you feel about that?
And Robinson scores?
Yep.
I like it.
Just that way you win a little bit more money, $1.68 to
Hey, man, I mean, Trevor Lawrence looks like he might actually be able to play football. So that's a drastic improvement from last year for him.
Hell yeah. Well, bet right now on my phone. We'll move on to the next one. What is the next one?
Miami. Miami is a sleeper team. They came into this league as a sleeper team. Nobody expected them to be as good as they are. They are going to the fucking playoffs, buddy.
Do they have a quarterback?
Has made all the difference, huh?
Do they have a quarterback? Miami.
I don't know if they need one. That Tyreek Hill is apparently so good that if you just like throw the ball at him, he goes and runs it for fucking 200 yards.
Right.
Yeah, if Tyreek Hill could just throw the ball to himself, I mean, oh my God.
I bet he could.
Yeah, obviously Miami. I think it's low here, guys. This is going to be a blowout. You better be taking Miami at a hell of a lot more than that. That's just foolish. They're going to win this game by multiple touchdowns. The Jets are terrible. What on earth? Who came up with this? That's very. There's no way.
We could take it.
I guess, okay. The only thing I will say is it's a divisional game. So, I've said in the past those can be quirky, but team on team, this is one of the better teams in the league versus one of the worst teams in the league. You raised a good point, a fair point. Who's throwing the ball? To be perfectly honest, I don't know, but I'm not sure that it really matters. I mean, there just might be that good, and Miami's the shit, yo.
Let's take a alternate spread here to make a little bit more monies. Since you said 3 seems low, how about by like
7.5, 6.5. Minimum.
dollar win $1.40? I like that.
Nice.
Lock that in. Dolphins by 6.5.
That should. I mean, dude, if that's not fucking easy money, I mean, come on. What can you do? Falcons look like they are ready to play this year. I don't know where the hell that came from or why.
Yeah.
They don't want to lose. I can tell you that. Tampa has probably the top defense in the league. I think we've seen that this year.
Yeah.
I think even some of like the quarterbacks, I think like the top guys have come out and said, like Patrick Mahomes said that Tampa's defense is just insane or something. Yeah, so obviously they're struggling on offense. They still are dealing with a lot of injuries and their offensive line is banged up. That being said, just kind of like the last game with Miami, Tampa doesn't have to be that great on offense to win this game.
Right.
Their defense might be good enough to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Mike Evans and Chris Godwin are playing. So if that's the case, Brady should have a big game. You know they're going to fucking throw the ball a bajillion times if both those dudes are playing against that sorry-ass pass defense. I think that Brady's going to have a big game. I think that Mike Evans is going to score touchdowns today. I hope Chris Godwin, here's the thing. If Godwin is truly healthy, Godwin could have a very big game because what Atlanta's most likely going to do, because they're soft in coverage, is double up on Mike Evans. So if they do that and Chris Godwin is healthy, I mean, he could have a monster today. That's what I would do.
We can get Godwin to score a touchdown.
Well, if he's healthy, I think it's not that bad. I kind of like it.
Yeah, $1 to win, $1.35.
Yeah. The only problem with, I guess, Godwin to score a touchdown is that you've got Evans, to contend with. Because even in double coverage, Evans is still a threat. You've still got to contend with Mike Evans. It's not just like they're going to let him walk in. So we'll see. But I think that it's going to be Godwin today. I'm just thinking, like, if I was the coach of Atlanta Falcons, I would do everything I could to stop Mike Evans and just let things be with Chris Godwin. So you got to take the chance that he's actually banged up. But if he's not, he's going to have a big game.
Yeah. I mean, I feel comfortable with that.
Yeah. 10.5. Yeah, I like it.
Or we could just do a parlay where we have Godwin and the Buccaneers just to win outright.
For $1?
$1 to win $1.54.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
Yeah. I don't know why you
balls. Balls. All right, next game.
I hope Brady has a really big day today.
I hope so too, man. He's
he needs it. He's dealing with a lot. Yes, dude. He's probably going through hell. He's just gonna put it all out in the field, man. That's would be within his character. I mean, or he just completely crumbles. Is that gonna happen today?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
I doubt it.
No. The Lions and the Patriots. It should be a good game.
I don't know, man. I think Detroit is better than we thought they were. I think that they could actually be a good team. I think that if they get their shit together just a little bit, they could be a really good team.
Yeah.
I like Detroit to win. I'm taking Detroit here just because I've got faith. I don't know why. Gut instinct, I suppose. We'll see. We'll see. Do they believe in themselves just a little bit more than I believe in them? That's the question.
Yes, I think
Yeah, Damian Harris is definitely going to score a touchdown.
they do. Yeah, I'm locking that
Today's the day.
in. Has he not gotten one this season yet?
I don't think so.
Really?
That's what a bad man he is that he's getting you 10, 11 point, 12, 14, and he really hasn't scored a lot of touchdowns. He puts up a lot of yardage. He's great after contact too. He's a fucking bulldog, man. He looks for that shit. He'll lay you out.
All right, so then Damian Harris.
I just want like a clip of Damian Harris like stiff arming somebody, laying them out.
I mean, I'm sure that can be found.
Yeah.
Titans and Commanders.
I'm taking the Titans here. I think 1.5 is a little unreasonable. I don't think any team. I mean, you're saying they're going to win by safety. That's kind of silly. Yeah, I think that they're at least going to win by 3. That would be a little bit more reasonable to me. But a buck to win a buck. Yeah, I'm taking the Titans here. I like some of what the Titans are doing. Honestly, these teams are fairly balanced. I don't think this is going to be a particularly high scoring game. And 42 kind of reflects that, I think. Yeah, I like the Titans to win. That's pretty much all I have to say about this game.
I feel that too.
I'd love to see Derrick Henry have a big game. That would be cool to see him come back. But I don't know if that's what we're going to get. I don't know if Henry might, the best days of Derrick Henry might be behind him. Chargers, Browns. Obviously, we're going Chargers here. Browns don't look good at all.
Yeah, Chargers
look pretty good.
They haven't looked that great so far this season, but compared to the Browns, I feel like 1.5 is.
Yeah, they are a better team, at least on paper. I've heard through the grapevine that the coach. I don't really watch a lot of Chargers, but I've heard that the coach. I don't know what the hell he's doing.
Really?
Yeah, just a lot of bitching from Chargers fans through the grapevine that he I don't know. That might be the problem there because they do have a good team, especially on paper,
Yeah.
Great quarterback. They should be more similar to the Bills, but they're just not playing that way. So
All right, yeah, we'll take them by 1.5.
absolutely. I'm taking San Francisco here. I think that Carolina is one of the weaker teams, and I see San Francisco as one of the more middling teams. They should be able to beat up on Carolina, and I think 6.5, them winning by at least a touchdown. I would say that makes a lot of sense to me.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like Carolina. That's for damn sure.
You said you're taking the 49ers over Carolina?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I heard the opposite. I was like, wait, what?
Oh, no. Mm-mm. No, not at all.
Looks
Not
like it's projected to be a low-scoring game.
Well, so San Francisco's offense has been particularly shaky this year, and it's because they had some dude, God, what was his name? Wilson or something throwing the ball. Well, anyway, they went back to Garoppolo.
Right.
And now they seem to be picking up a little bit. At least so I've had Deebo Samuel in almost every league. And you put Garoppolo in there and he has a damn good game. So hopefully Garoppolo stays in there and Deebo Samuel continues to have really good games. It'd be nice. Also, I think George Kittle is getting healthy, which to me dictates that San Francisco would be improving as well. So I think it is low. These are kind of two similar teams. So like I would assume that this game there's going to be more than 40 points scored.
Right. I don't know, but you feel pretty comfortable about San Francisco at 6.5. That seems like kind of like a lot.
Well, I mean, it's only a touchdown. It's a touchdown and a extra point.
Okay, let's lock it. Eagles and Cardinals, the two birds.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's a battle of the birds on betting on balls. Bob and Bob.
Eagles are undefeated.
Yeah, we're going to go Eagles here. I do think it's going to be a big game, though. I think that this could be a very fun one to watch. If you're going to watch a game at 4 o'clock today, guys, it's a good one.
4:26.
Yeah. We'll see if hopefully it goes that way. We'll see if Arizona can get it done on offense. They've got some really good pieces. And if our boy Marquise Brown has a big game, then it indeed will be a high scoring affair.
Yep. But we'll take the Eagles 5.5 points.
I'm taking them.
Cowboys and the Rams.
Yeah, I like the Rams here.
Me too.
I think Dak Prescott is injured, but apparently the guy who's playing behind him is pretty good. So, Dallas has a little fight in him, but I think the Rams should be the better team here.
Yeah, I'll take them by 5.5. Oh, no. Hang tight, y'all. Let's get Tim back in here. So yeah, we're taking the Rams at 5.5. Tim, I'm back.
Glad to be here.
So we were just talking about the Rams.
The Rams, right? Those Rams. Yeah, they're good. They're still good. They won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Still a good.
Camera here. I need to share screen with you again, don't I?
Yeah, I can't see.
Can't see. All right. There's that. There we go. That's what I wanted.
Okay, so I'm taking Cincinnati over Baltimore, but this is going to be a fun game too.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one.
Good games happening at 4 o'clock. Hell yeah. Two high flying, fun offenses to watch, man. I hope it's a high scoring game. And I'm taking Cincinnati to win. I think taking them by 3 seems pretty reasonable, but I see why it's at 3 because it could go either way. Either way, this is going to be a fun game, though. A lot of points being scored in this one, I would assume.
Cincinnati's
just a lot of good players in this game.
I kind of like
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I watched them play last week against the Bills, and while they did end up losing that game ultimately, It was a good game up to the end.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Baltimore looks good.
I just don't know. And the Bengals, like, I didn't like them at first, but they've just been on a hot streak. So, are they going to continue that hot streak or?
Right. Well, it's kind of, I've talked about a lot of teams' defenses today. When the Bengals offense is rolling, they're one of the better teams in football. It's just getting them there and getting them performing to the level that I'm kind of, I'd say, used to seeing them play at. And the defense has to stop something sometimes.
Yeah.
But I don't see that game going that way at all today. It's going to be a big one. I hope it's a big one.
Well, I'm going to set this one out, but I do like the Cincinnati bet, $1 to win $1.32. So if you like Cincinnati, there could be some opportunity.
Take them. Bet on them.
Raiders and the Chiefs.
Yeah, that's an easy one, right? Chiefs should be blowout city. It's a divisional game, and Raiders look pretty good, but history dictates that Patrick Mahomes is going to own these guys today.
Yeah, I just don't like that spread. That's 7.5.
7.5 is really high. That being said, I can understand why. You've got to assume that they're going to win by a touchdown and then a little bit more than that. And that's probably pretty reasonable for Kansas City.
And then what do we got? Commanders and the Bengals.
That's it, right? Yeah. Yeah. Wait.
Thursday's game. I think the Bears over the Commanders when that game comes.
Yeah. I would definitely take the Bears.
So there's some opportunity right there to get in early before that line changes because it'll probably.
Yeah. There you go. Sweet.
Well, that's it. We got
all the teams.
We got our bets in. We got our fantasy locked in. We're undefeated. Let's see if we'll stay that way.
We got 7 minutes, and I think the games kick off.
Hell yeah.
Well, yeah, I get a lot of guys going in. There's one game. There's several of my dudes are playing in one game this week.
What game?
And I think it's San Francisco. Who's San Francisco play? I don't know. Let me see here. Monday. Yeah, it's the Monday night game. No, so it's Kansas City and the Raiders.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of dudes playing that night all at once. So
who do you have?
We'll see. I've got Devontae Adams, Josh, and Clyde Air all playing at once.
All right. Well, this should be a good game.
Yeah.
Do well.
We'll see.
All right, man. Well, that about does it for me.
All right.
Tim,
good luck.
Sitting in. Yeah, good luck to you.
Yep.
Well, just betting on balls, and I'll catch up with you later, man.
All right. Sounds good. See ya.